Hi everyone! Come with me to go to San Francisco. It's my first time coming to San Francisco. I'm actually here not for holiday but also for a bit of work. I decided to come a day early so I can have the weekend to just explore. So let's head into the city. You really don't need that many days here. I looked up all the touristy spots and they're all pretty close to each other. Since I'm only coming here for a short period of time, I decided to just go straight into the city before going to the hotel because the hotel I'm staying at it's pretty far away. Today is actually very foggy, so I hope I can see the Golden Gate Bridge. First stop is food. So I came by to get a quesadilla for my first meal of the day, and it was very amazing and very filling. Next, I took the bus to a nearby bakery. So I'm planning to get a croissant because I read online that it's very buttery and very flaky. After getting the croissant, I went to get lunch and it's another burrito spot. So today has just a lot of eating. After getting the burrito, I went to see the Painted Ladies. After the Painted Ladies, I went over to Japantown. So I'm definitely racking up a lot of steps for today. With all that walking, I needed a drink. My feet was hurting. So I got this matcha mango drink and it was very refreshing and tasty. So after Japantown, I took a little break and then made my way over to Suzhou Bath. You can actually get here by public transportation, which is very nice. Like all the spots I've been going to, I've just been taking the bus and then walking. So if you do come here, do know that it is very windy. So definitely have like windbreaker on because of the wind. It gets pretty cold. And today was also very foggy. If it wasn't as foggy on certain sides, you can actually catch a glimpse of the Golden Gate Bridge. You should definitely wear some good sneakers or shoes because it is slippery because there are a lot of rocks. After Suzhou Bath, I did head over to the Golden Gate. I was contemplating whether to not go because it was a very cloudy and foggy day. So I thought I wouldn't be able to see the bridge, but I decided to go anyway. It was extremely windy and I'm glad I had a windbreaker on because it would have been so cold, and also I was fighting back a lot of tears coming back down my face because of the wind. I went and got an early dinner. I got prime rib. It was very good. I really liked their cream spinach and potato, and the prime rib was very tender. So after dinner, I made it to the hotel and I got ready and I ate some of the cookie and the croissant that I bought this morning. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day. So today is where I start work. I am still working East Coast hours, even though I'm in SF. So I've been up very early checking some emails. I honestly like working East Coast hours in the West Coast because I would have a lot of time after my day ends. Now let's go get some lunch. I would say the only issue is working East Coast hours and the West Coast is the eating time. So by the time it's lunch in New York, it's still only breakfast time here. So for lunch, I decided to get poke. I haven't had poke for a while, so I was definitely craving it. So I saw this spot nearby and decided to try it out. I should have gone for the only one protein option because it was definitely a lot of food and I didn't want to save it because it is raw fish. So I decided to finish it all, which was probably not the best decision because I was definitely very full afterwards. So after lunch, not too long later, work ended. So since I still have basically the entire afternoon, I decided to come to the Stanford campus. I'm in Palo Alto, so the campus is just in walking distance. If I was staying in the main city area, I would not venture out to the campus because it's like over an hour away. I love the campus. It is huge. I can see why there's so many bikes around the area because it's definitely hard to get around. You definitely can't really go to your class just by walking. And also, the weather is very weird. So, in the afternoon, it was so hot, so I had to go get some boba afterwards. And I also picked up an early dinner. I decided to get udon because I was craving some soupy noodles. It was also pretty quick because it was an early dinner, and I really liked the sides that they picked. The tempura batter that they used was very flaky. It wasn't over battered, which I like because some places have a lot of batter, so you are just tasting the dough. And I really like the soy sauce that it came with, like the dipping soy sauce. So after eating such a full meal, I decided to rest a bit and go utilize the gym. I worked out for a bit and called it a day. So the next day, I decided to stop by this acai shop smoothie place and got an acai bowl. I wanted to go to this place on day one, but I noticed that places here in San Francisco, they actually close pretty early. The place was only open until the afternoon. So I decided to get the acai bowl as sort of a breakfast slash lunch option because I wasn't too hungry for breakfast. So I decided to save it for lunch. Also, since I had so much food yesterday, it was very heavy. I guess this would be a good balance. And to balance all that healthiness, I did go get myself a sweet treat. I went to Salt and Straw and I got the chocolate brownie, and also they had a season special for the Oishi strawberry ice cream. I then went to this place called Tong Soi to get one of their coconut pudding type of dessert. I got the sesame one, and it was actually really good. And I like the fact that it came in a glass jar, so you can always repurpose it. I also got a papaya coconut milk, and that was okay. I felt like it was too thick since it was a slushy. And for dinner, I did get a sandwich. I got like a pesto chicken sandwich, so at least there are some greens in there for some healthiness. So I love pesto, and I don't know, I've been craving sandwiches recently, so this was a very good meal. Day two is just basically a lot of eating, also, even though it was not as much food in the morning. At nighttime, I decided to get some Uber Eats. I wanted to get Korean fried chicken. So this is definitely dinner part two, or like a late night snack kind of thing. The tteokbokki was not bad. It was chewy, and not too spicy. The gyoza was okay too, even though it looks a little bit too fried for me. The chicken was, I got the honey butter flavor. The flavor is pretty good, but I felt like the chicken is a bit dry, like on the drier side. So the next day I had a sandwich again for lunch. I got an avocado chicken sandwich. I did save half. Then went into the city and checked out Lombard Street since I didn't get to see it when I was here on day one. Then I went to Palace of the Fine Arts because it was in the area. I highly recommend checking this place out. It's a really nice park and it's very relaxing. And with the sunny weather, it just makes the place look so beautiful. This is also very popular for people to come and take photos. I saw some people taking their engagement photos or just having a photo shoot here. The structures, and it looks very, very nice. I would recommend coming on a nice day because, I mean, look at the structure with the sky. It's literally perfect. And if you are in the area and if you have time, they do have very good greenery around, so you can have like a little picnic, and it's really nice, especially on a sunny day. That's why I really like the weather in San Francisco. Yes, it does get very foggy at times, but in terms of the temperature, it's never really too hot, so it's always a perfect day for you to have a picnic. Since it's such a nice day, I decided to come back to the Golden Gate because the sun was out and I could see the bridge more clearly. And for dinner, I decided to get Viet, and I got a lot of different types of dishes. The food was actually very good, but one of the containers I think had a hole, so after I poured the fish sauce in it, it spilled all over. So there was definitely some fish sauce smell in the room. So this is my last day in San Francisco, so I decided to check out some few more spots before my flight. So I had to come to Chinatown. Then I decided to walk to the Fisherman's Wharf since I had time. There was a lot of different seafood, but I decided to not get any seafood since I wasn't feeling it, and it was also very cold sitting on the outside today. So instead, I had In-N-Out for the first time today, and I really liked the vegetables. It was very fresh. That concludes my quick trip. So if you want to see more photos, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next one.